Hello, everyone. This is Smash, and I am going to introduce the FGC Player Profiles aspect of the Start1up web app that we have been working on for the FGC community and the FGC, really the entire FGC ecosystem, businesses, players, fam, coaches, everything. Let's get started by taking a look at what a fresh account looks like. And so this is a brand new Start1up.com account, and the account holder's name is Mr. Non-Subscriber. And from here, we are going to take a look at each account gets a player profile, right? Which we just have called the FGC Player Profile for now. And what this is a page that's not meant to. It's not like public, so it's not like a Facebook or LinkedIn kind of thing where it's a big dub like social networky kind of thing. This is more of a thing that's more focused on people who understand what fighting games are, and a quick way for us to kind of express and expose to others the kind of fighting game player we are, basically, right? And so I've got this open already for us over here, but here's an example of a fresh. Now this doesn't have any data. There isn't any awesome information. We're going to get all into all this awesome stuff in later videos, right? But for now, we're going to cover some of the basics, right, of what we can do and affect maybe the profile name that we're displaying to our peers and our other players and stuff like that, and some imagery. And we're also going to talk a little bit about the Start1up.com kind of model and how we're looking to kind of help facilitate the FGC in general, companies and players all together. So over here, we can get into our actual account settings page, right, which is here. And something to notice is there's an account name, but you also have a special name for your profile, right? So I can, for example, change this to, I don't know, let's just say Ryu Rules Gamer 69. Yeah, that's the ticket. 420. All right, cool, perfect. Okay, and one of the things to mention here is I've only added a little bit here because I kind of wanted to tread slowly and politely here, and I wanted to figure out the right way to reach out to the studios themselves. But I thought, since Guilty Gear Strive provides a whole set of chibis as promotion images, right? I was like, well, let me throw these in just as an example of what I'd like to do here. So I've added a couple little images here. Here's some icons that I can display with no issues whatsoever. But what I'd love to do is allow players to express themselves with maybe their true favorite, or main, or whatever it may be. And down here into the profile image side, we have some theme stuff from our team and Start1up. But here's where we can get into more of the actual games, right? And I like this a lot, because again, the idea here is that we can work with companies to kind of get a large searchable selection of these things, and basically then users don't really have to worry about privacy stuff, right? Like, all of these kind of parts of the app are not really things users upload. We don't have to worry about like kitty porn or any of that kind of crap. All we have to do is just kind of focus on fighting games, and maybe we can make that kind of work for the businesses, we can make that work for the community, and we can make that work for us on Start1up by eliminating basically something that would make us spend money and cost money to actually do this and pull this off and serve the fighting game community, right? So we're looking for win-wins that kind of make everybody's life easier, and teaming up with the game companies here to allow players to express themselves in our FGC player profiles is kind of one of the things we hope most to be able to do in its simplest sense with everything we're doing here. So we're gonna go, and one thing else we can kind of add a little bit. There's a bunch of sections in here where you can kind of add something about yourself. So we'll talk a little bit about the old I push buttons, and then we'll press save. And now we can kind of take a look at how things have shifted in our profile, right? And so there's a lot you can do here, and I'm going to kind of wrap it up there a little bit, because there's a lot to move into in the app as far as starting to get this tasty stuff to look way more than zero. And I'd love to show you everything else the app has to offer. I can't wait to show you. I hope you stick around and come back and learn a little bit more about it. And then from there we can start to figure out how to approach a soft launch and get real players, get this up on a server so everybody can start creating accounts, and we can start learning from everybody on what's awesome, what's not, and where to go from here. And if we get enough users, we can start to talk to all the game companies directly and start to say, hey, what should we do here? How can we all proceed together and help each other to kind of, what our goal again is, to help everybody to get good at fighting games. And we want to help companies to sell more, and we want to help fighting game players to be able to keep track of what they're doing across systems and allow themselves to transfer skills and build up the skills needed to get good. And really, that's just that simple. So I can't wait for you to join us for more. Again, this is Smash with Start1up.com, the web app that's soon to soft launch out there. But first, we're going to show you some more videos, and then we will talk about that later. All right, cheers.